Hello everybody, and welcome to another Hearthstone video by me. I'm doing another Hearthstone video simply because I am really fascinated with this particular Brawl cycle. As a reminder, it's pick 10 cards, build your deck out of 10 cards, one copy of each card. Anytime you would draw a card, you instead discover a copy of a card from your deck. Little misleading. It means the first draw of your turn. Anything else that would cause you to draw a card, you instead draw a one casting cost spell called Peruse. That basically says discover a card from your deck. So that basically means that a new mechanic's been introduced, the whole Peruse card. This adds to your hand size. This adds to the number of spells you cast. I've seen decks that take advantage of these items. Um, Basically, you'll never fatigue. You're not limited to amounts of cards in a deck. By that I mean previously, in regular rules, you got to play with one copy of a legend, whereas now, throughout any given game, you can end up summoning 10 copies of a legend if you keep discovering that particular card out of your deck. I've seen a lot of interesting decks, some broken decks. This paradigm definitely lends itself to exploitation, and I think that's a lot of fun. Especially since it's like, it's not contributing to the monthly ranking, or you don't have to pay gold to get in. So in that regards, it can be fun to see what's out there. I've seen and experimented with a few decks myself, including one mage deck that used like Reno Jackson and Ice Block and Frost Nova to essentially never die. Like, the deck literally could not lose. It might not necessarily win, but it could not lose. And I thought, that's no fun to go up against. And I tried it for a little bit. Anyways, the deck I've made here is all about card efficiency. I've got Kabal Lackey, which, by the way, Mage, I think, because of things like Ice Block and Frost Nova, has a great potential for exploiting this particular brawl. Anyways, I've got Kabal Lackey as well as Kirin Tor Mage to make secrets free, essentially. So this allows me to play 2 cards for the cost of 1, including on turn 1, which is pretty amazing. The deck's got 3 different secrets: Counterspell and where's he? Oh yeah, Potion of Polymorph. These are basically meant to pretty much shut the opponent down. Anything they try to do is thwarted or diminished. It should be noted that Potion of Polymorph resolves after the incoming minion's battle cry. So unfortunately, this does not stop battle cries, which makes it a little less effective and perhaps a little more fair. So, can't complain there. And then also Duplicate. The Duplicate wasn't in this deck at first. However, it's really handy in terms of card efficiency, because it basically lets you play 1 card and get 2 back. And this is even helpful in the beginning. Like, after my last video, I found that I was playing that deck a little wrong. I should have been having more of a early game opener, such as Kabal Lackey, and then get into the engine of it. Same thing here. If first turn you Kabal Lackey Duplicate, and then they kill your Kabal Lackey, you get 2, and now you basically have 2 1 casting cost catalysts to get these other cards into play. And this is important because the meat of this deck comes in the form of Ethereal Arcanist, who will grow every single turn that you end with a secret in play. And because we have 3 secrets and you're discovering 3 cards per turn, 3 out of 10's 30%. So because we have 3 secrets, statistically speaking, we will probably get offered a secret just about every single discover. And that's important, because when you have duplicate lackeys or even Kirin Tor Mages, it's always nice to have another card to play with it so that you get the full effect of the efficiency. And then also Kabal Crystal Runner. This card works really well in this deck. Costs 2 less for each secret you've played this game. There's no reversing this this mechanic. There's nothing the opponent can play that will ever increase, that Faith, I think it's called, that increases the casting cost, and of course Freeze and Trap. So maybe I spoke a little too soon, but basically, once you play 3 secrets, she will always be free. And of course, between Arcane Intellect, the peruses you get from Loot Hoarder, your actual draw, I've played multiple games where I was just drawing Kabal Crystal Runner after Kabal Crystal Runner. And it's really hard for your opponent to keep up with that many 5/5s that are free, and then it also frees you up to use all your mana for drawing cards and playing various secrets and whatnot. And that just leaves one more slot in the deck, and for that I have Kazakus. And that's because this deck has no active way of dealing with enemy minions. So if a minion gets through that I didn't have a polymorph, a Potion of Polymorph in play ahead of, that can be a problem. I've seen a couple decks with Kel'Thuzad, and obviously that can be a real problem. So you need to have a way to directly deal with enemies' minions. And this is really nice. Kazakus is a very flexible card. For those who haven't actually played it and observed the mechanic, it first gives you an option between a 1 casting cost spell, a 5 casting cost spell, or a 10 casting cost spell. And that just makes for extreme flexibility, because whether you're playing him in the early game or the late game, you basically can choose something that fits your needs. And then you're given like another 2 choices between 3 options. And it's not the same 3 options every time, so it's not as predictable as some might like, but pretty powerful options, including direct damage, AoE to all minions, which isn't as good as to all enemy minions, but you get the point. You can draw cards off of it and stuff like that, so it kind of adds to the card efficiency aspect of it. So I'm hoping I can show what this deck has done for me. I've had some pretty sick draws, like first turn Kabal, Lackey, a secret. Second turn Coin, Kirin Tor Mage, a secret. And then by then, you know, your Kabal Crystal Runners only cost 2. And if one of those secrets is a duplicate, you can Kabal Lackey into another secret and then play a Crystal Runner for free. I mean, it gets to be pretty sick. So hopefully I'll get a chance to show what that looks like.
Knowledge is power.
And like I said in the beginning, I think Mage has the greatest chance for exploiting this current Brawl. So going up against one is always interesting. I threw everything away in the mulligan because turn 1 you want a Kabal Lackey above all. Turn 2, having something like this is good if you can't like coin into a Kirin Tor Mage. So we are looking for a Lackey and we can't find one. Nor have we been able to find a secret. So that's kind of a problem right away. I guess I'll just go with that. Yeah, until we can actually find a secret. I mean, in the first few rounds, you were looking to basically fill out your curve. Turn 1 Lackey, turn 2 like Loot Hoarder, Coin turn, Kirin Tor Mage. Now, see, this is interesting. I've never seen somebody play that yet. And it makes me want to point out something that I didn't when I was describing the deck. An earlier version of this deck had a Mad Scientist. And I found out that this is a way, for those of you who like patches, because he thins out your deck for free, essentially. Oh, no. Watch. Yeah, see, now it says you have 11 cards in your deck. Oh, man, this is funny. Yeah, so anyways, Mad Scientist actually pulls the card out of your deck. So if you're actually looking for a way to thin out your deck, you can basically have if you're playing a secret class, you can basically play a Mad Scientist and pull those secrets out of your deck, and then essentially like whittle down your deck size. I haven't figured out a way to exploit that, but anyways, it's turn 3, and we could use 2 mana to pop that guy. We got a Kabal Lackey, so let's just go ahead and get a secret out there, and that way on turn 4 maybe we can do that if he doesn't have a way to kill him. Which he does in his hero power, but I don't know what kind of deck we're looking at here. And now we got 12 cards. Yeah, this is literally going to stuff my deck. Okay, that's interesting. I hadn't considered that. And it's funny because I wouldn't have even thought to consider it until the when I found out the Mad Scientist would pull him out. Okay, so we're probably going to have duplicates of him. We definitely don't want to choose that guy. Although it's not a bad idea. It's a way to sink 1 mana if you only have 1 mana. So I guess we'll just go with this for now. And we're going to play him as opposed to him because he's conditional. We need the secret to be here. Alright, so we don't know what that is yet. Whereas she's just going to get cheaper and cheaper as the game progresses, so I'm in no rush to play her.
We have
her
many
cost is effectively 0. Okay, so oh dear. I wonder if he's got Potion of Polymorph. Oh wow, we're playing a mirror match here almost. Yeah, I'm wondering if still no secret. I was gonna say, I wonder if that's potion. Well, it would be interesting if he's throwing in those weasels. It would be interesting if he was using Potion of Polymorph to basically make it to where I couldn't stuff his deck while he's stuffing mine, you know what I mean? So that's an interesting idea in and of itself. I don't think it would be reliable, so I'm not recommending it, but... So we don't have a secret or a way to get one into play. And based on the secrets we haven't seen, this might very well be a counterspell for the purpose of counteracting the peruse thing. I do want to grab
my friend.
a secret just because we've got these guys. And I'm also going to look for a way to get that secret into play. So I'm going to first cast Peruse in case we can get a Kirin Tor Mage. Okay, that was kind of alright. Okay, so now we're going to use this, and now we definitely have to hope for a Lackey because Kirin Tor Mage costs too much for the mana we have right now. No Lackey. Okay. Let's do that then. And that's unfortunate. Alright, get another secret as opposed to... Because Duplicate is almost as good as Arcane Intellect because it's still 2 cards for 1. We don't have to spend money on the Peruse. It's the playing of a secret which helps her, helps him.
I'm late. I'm late.
Okay, so Counterspell, and what was the other one he had played? I forgot already. Mirror Entity, okay. So that's another reason to want a Lackey. Man. Yep, and now when I go to cast Arcane Intellect, it's not going to let me because he's got Counterspell. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's good, because now we can pick something that will get a secret into play. And still nothing. Alright, here's hoping on a Lackey then. There we go. Probably get a Mirror Entity there. Okay, now which of these would be definitely not duplicate? Well, yeah, duplicate, because we need to be able to get these secrets into play so we can play our other minions. This is so fascinating because I hadn't seen anybody else using this card
I'm late.
in this Brawl cycle, and now that I decide I'm going to, there you go. And unfortunately, he's got us down too low too fast, so it's just not going to work out. That is unfortunate.
My hand
Oops.
is too full.
I pulled the wrong card.
I'm late.
Which means I won't be able to play another one of those. Oh well.
You win this.
That's unfortunate. Our life went down very quickly that game. I had a very rough start though. When this deck clicks, which is not hard to pull off because you've got 2 different ways of getting secrets into play for free and 3 different secrets, so it's really not that hard to make it work. But when it does click, it, as we just kind of saw with the other guy, it does kind of play like an aggro deck because those the Kabal runners are 0 casting cost 5/5. It's no joke. That's exactly how we just died so quickly. So.
Jaina versus
Alright,
Gera.
let's see what's going on here.
Victory on
Alright, Lackey
You
and
asked for
a
it.
secret. Can't ask for a better opening hand than that. We are going to want a 2-drop though, so you want to save Potion of Polymorph for later because obviously more important minions. So I'd rather have the Counterspell as the one he drops. I have the coin, so I could in theory coin into a Kirin Tor Mage, so I'm tempted to hold on to this. This ain't so bad either, right? We really want to look for either a Kirin Tor Mage and a secret, or a Loot Hoarder. So I'm going to do this, just to hope for one of those. I'm keeping a second secret just because the way the deck works, getting the Crystal Kabal runners casting cost down quicker is better. Obviously, if we can do that by way of Kirin Tor Mage, which we're going to have 2 different discovers to try and pull one. that would be great, because then you can go... There it is. Alright, so there's that.
I'm with the Kabal!
And now we'll look for a Arcane Intellect, because we'll want to have a 3-drop. Or something to play during our 3-mana turn, I should say. And like I said, this is pretty consistent, because you got 2 different ways of getting the secrets in, 3 different secrets. So it's really not hard to make the deck click. Next turn will be our 3-mana turn, so I'm going to go ahead and select the Kirin Tor Mage. And with any luck, we'll get another secret. Although if he doesn't trigger one of these, then obviously that's going to be harder to do. But as you can see, it's turn 2, and we've played 4 cards already, and that's the point of the deck. And if one of these was a Crystal Runner, it would be down to a 2 casting cost already, so we'd be able to play a 5/5 next turn. He tried to discover a taunt minion, and we didn't let him. Nice. Okay, so what is this? This is Potion of Polymorph, so we don't want that. We want Counterspell in this case.
We have many secrets.
Now it's turn 3, and we've played 6 cards and denied him once. And while we're amassing a fairly respectable army here, and now turn 4 we'll have Kazakus. Depending on what our discover is, maybe we'll go for a 5 casting cost spell just to have something to play on turn 5. Yeah, the deck's popping. This is the point where you want to start looking more towards Etherealists and Crystal Runners. Because the first few rounds, and this is what I did wrong on my last Hearthstone video, is I was too busy trying to get to the meat of the deck instead of obeying the regular rules of the game and like making use of the early rounds. Okay, turn 4, Kazakus is probably going to be our play. Turn 5, we're not going to have anything useful. Right now, I would like to be looking for Etherealists or Crystal Runners, and Potion of Polymorph is what we already got. So I'm going to go with Arcane Intellect here, out of those options. It's kind of hard to play him now because I don't know what I'm going to be looking for in a spell. We do know that he's played 2 cards with associations of taunts, so being able to do a little extra direct damage might be useful, or draw cards, for example. I will go with the 5 casting cost this time just because of the way we're curving. 4 damage to all minions would probably not be to our benefit. That would, though. So we'll do that. Draw 2 cards is looking good. Deal 5 damage. Okay, so he could play a taunt. We'll deal 5 damage to it, health up all of our minions. That's pretty good.
Someone's out on me.
Draw 2 cards is also an option. Transform a random enemy minion into a 1/1 sheet. That's not so bad. Yeah, because 5 damage might not be enough, so let's do that. Okay, so for 5 mana we'll be able to polymorph a random enemy minion. That is important. And then give all my minions plus 4 health. The way he's looking for taunts, I'm assuming he's going to cast, like, just 1. Oh, not the case. Ah, yes, that's the... Okay. Well, all of our mana is going to go into that. I don't see a... duplicate. We do have 3 secret engines in play. Okay.
What to do? What to do?
I wasn't planning on that.
Greetings.
Alrighty. So we're basically looking at what our turn 6 play will be. I don't have anything good either way. So let's go with the low casting cost secret engine, and hopefully Arcane Intellect will get us into another secret. So let's go ahead and do that. And the health here is actually going to be helpful.
Serve or die.
This. I don't see a need to kill him off, so we'll just go for the face. And the next regular taunt he plays will be a Potion of Polymorph. That's an interesting combo, though, those 2 spells he played. One of the decks I had put together to experiment with this Brawl cycle was a priest deck that was meant to basically use the opponent's deck against them. It was very ill-conceived, but I did go up against a warrior like this, and I was able to find Protect the King but not Bolster with my Thought Steal. So I didn't get a chance to make use of that myself, but it's an interesting combo. 5 mana total. Yeah, it's an interesting combo. Okay, Counterspell. Okay, she's more important than Counterspell because we can use this to rifle through for some secrets. I think she's 0 casting cost at this point, yes. So basically we choose her because she's free, and then we can find another secret to play with him, perhaps. I keep forgetting which one that is. Polymorph. So we would want Counterspell. And we might as well go ahead and cast this now because we're going to have the extra mana to do so. And it's good that we did, because watch this.
On with the Kabal!
I'm late. I'm late. I'm late. I'm
For
late.
Dalaran. For
That is a
Dalaran.
serious army.
Or die.
Now obviously if he does that king thing, protect the king. Oh wait, Counterspell. That's going to be tough. He's going to need 2 copies of Protect the King and 1 of Bolster. And if that happens, then I will try to find a Kazakus and craft a 1 casting cost spell to see if we can't do a little AoE action or something.
What now?
Yeah, that 1 spell adding, what was it, 4 health to all my minions, that was pretty good. Okay. I should actually thank him for killing off that Lackey, because now we actually have an empty spot to play another minion if we need to. Guessing he doesn't have Protect the King, or else he would have played it.
We're gonna be rich!
Ah! Okay, well at least we get him out of the way. And definitely want this card at this point. It would be nice to have a secret, but okay, I'm gonna go for her. And don't have the mana for that. What's our army looking like? Yeah, a lot of power of 5s. That's good, because we want to be able to like take them down after a Reno, essentially.
I wonder.
Go for Arcanist.
I'm late. I'm late. Quickly. Quickly.
You gotta play a Reno every turn just to stay alive, and that will leave him with 6 less mana every turn, so it's kind of like a losing game. And we can use, like, we can throw Kazakus away to open up a spot for another 5/5, for example. And then also with these 2. If he does keep playing, you know what I mean?
What now?
Because right now we're trying to basically get a secret into play with the Arcanist so that he can grow and grow and grow. And that's what's nice. Like, you could probably build a version of this deck that just had the Crystal Runners, because they're basically 0 casting cost 5/5 in between
We're
duplicate
gonna be rich!
and Arcane Intellect, or Intelligence, whatever it's called. You basically can keep on drawing into them. But the Ethereal Arcanist is basically going to make it to where you can get large and large. Because right now, if he did play Reno every single turn, we can't overpower him. But with our minion, it's going to get bigger and bigger. Eventually, we will. So I'm going to do this so that we can get the Arcanist going. So that means we need to kill off a minion here, but we'd also like to kill him off. So this and this would only be 5, wouldn't be sufficient. So we do have to give him a Kirin Tor Mage this turn, which is unfortunate. But.
Quickly. Quickly.
For Dalaran.
And now we can just play a secret every turn and let the Arcanist get bigger and bigger. And eventually we'll be able to have enough offense to completely eliminate a 30 health after a Reno. So right now we've got 10, 20, 29 points of offense. So even if he does Reno, we can use this. So you have to Reno and Protect the King just to stay alive. Because we've got 30, we're threatening lethal right now after a Reno. What is stolen goods? And I also like the way this game unfolded because it kind of gives you a chance to see why Kazakus is even in here. Because you just never know what you're going to encounter. So, and he adds flexibility to the deck. Alrighty. Let's play one more just to give the deck its fair showing. Because the first game, it just didn't click. And that's so odd because, like I said, between the two secret carriers and having 3 secrets, it's pretty easy to get it to pop. You can't necessarily blow it out of the gate because you need a Lackey just to do that. And that's why on the mulligan I looked just for a Lackey in the first discover. I'm still trying to find a Lackey if I don't have one. Because yeah, if you can first turn Lackey into a secret, second turn coin Kirin Tor Mage into a secret, and then like there was one game I played with my turn 3 was 2 Crystal Runners because they were down to 2 casting costs at that point, and obviously that was just an enormous start. Is that the one we just played?
Victory or death!
Okay, I see Lackey and a secret. I'd like to be able to keep him, but we need a 2-drop, so we're hoping on Loot Hoarder, basically. Or another Lackey, I suppose. Like if we draw into a duplicate, I was going to say. We can duplicate if he gets killed. Use that to usher in that. I like that idea. Because just like I mentioned last game, you don't want Potion of Polymorph to be your first secret if you can avoid it, just because whatever they play on turn 1 or 2 is probably not going to be that threatening. Here we'd much rather have additional Lackeys to get more secrets in so that our Crystal Mage can become free right away. And there he goes. He's helping us, so now we're looking for Crystal Runners because they're going to be down to 2 casting cost as soon as we put this guy in. Additionally, since it is turn 2 and we got that, we can go for another secret, and that looks to be what we're going to do. Alright, and since we're basically going to be out of cards now, which is fine because it's turn 2 and we've played 6 cards. And since that's 3 secrets, our Crystal Runners are now all free. So we can discover one, play it, Arcane Intellect, discover a couple more. This game will probably be pretty quick. That's what I'm getting at. And since Duplicate's not here, he gets to see what all 3 of our secrets are if we can find them. Crystal Runner, Crystal Runner, Crystal Runner. Could do Kirin Tor Mage just to get a minion on the board. That's not a bad idea. Because Arcane Intellect, there's nothing we can do with it this turn, whereas if that's our 4-drop, we can at least cast one of the peruses. So
We have many secrets.
they'll just axe it down, but that's okay, because as soon as we find some Crystal Runners, it's on. In fact, because it's our turn 4, we could conceivably discover a Crystal Runner, Arcane Intellect, peruse, discover Crystal Runner on our turn 4 with 2 5/5s. And you can see his health is going down, so he kind of needs... some armor bite. Okay. Which secret is left? Potion of Polymorph would give us... no. It would be nice to have secrets. Just because then it gives us something.
What to do?
It's better than Loot Hoarder. Crystal Kabal Runner. Yay! Or Kabal Crystal Runner.
I'm late. I'm late.
The main reason I was choosing to pick a secret is because when we do get our Arcanists, we're going to want to have something to fuel them. Definitely her. And definitely her again.
Quickly! I'm late. I'm late. I'm late.
So we are out of cards now, but we can rely on things like Duplicate and Arcane Intellect to keep our hand filled. And this is the one problem with the deck, and also why I've got Kazakus in here, is because when you're down to basically just casting a bunch of 5/5s, you run out of cards. So a lot of what Kazakus does is draw cards, create spells that can eat up all your mana. So it's kind of a way to like artificially stay on curve, so to speak. Okay. Well, I would like to do duplicate, but that can't trigger on my turn, so we'll do that.
I'm late. I'm late.
And we'll go ahead and do that. He's got a 5 power weapon, so we'll take our card out, but he's pretty much out of cards. Well, I mean, we are too, but we have ways to get more.
X marks the spot.
Yeah, that can be a problem. Nice. Nice. And he didn't play them in the other order because he wouldn't have gotten them if he did. Okay. It's got to be Loot Hoarder because we need to draw cards.
Mind if I roll need?
That's a tough ball. It's either pelt his face and go for the win, or try and get this guy out of the way as soon as possible. He's not going to let this guy live, so it's not like I'm hoping on that, but I am setting up the possibility of that, so. He goes for face. Interesting. He's basically letting me take this for free. Should have killed that.
Hey, give me that!
Yeah. Here's where I would take Arcanist. So let's do this, and we can draw a 1 casting cost spell since we're actually covering
Last, a worthy disciple.
Freeze a random enemy minions, pretty good. Give the minions +2 health. 2 damage to all minions. There we go. Summon a 2/2 demon. Draw a card. Okay. That was very worthwhile. And that's also why I didn't play her first, in case we did get a do damage to all minions.
I'm late. I'm late.
There we go. We're back in the game, and we have more ways of restocking our hand than he does. So, and with our secrets, we can shut down anything he tries to do. So.
I can wait.
Ooh. Okay. It's got to be her. Hoping for Kazakus, but no such luck. Alright, well, just in case he's got another Grommash.
I'm late. I'm late.
Now we'll go with that, because that lets us threaten
Quickly.
lethal. If he kills one of these. I have not considered putting Ice Block in here, but
Scuttle the ship!
we win. Whew, that was a close one. Alright, well, so that's good. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy Hearthstone to start off with. I gotta say that because most of the people subscribed to this channel are here for Civilization. So I do hope you enjoy Hearthstone. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're enjoying this particular Brawl cycle as much as I am. It's been great, and I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, so it's nice having this little fun time before I get to the serious work. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.